welcome to a special edition of Coronation Street, where we take a close look at a character who's lived in the street since 1983. His name is Norman Watts, better known to most of us as Curly. Curly now lives in number 7, and he was at one time manager of Better Buy's supermarket. But when he first introduced himself to Rita Fairclough, he was starting his life in the street in a much more humble position.
Morning, Mrs. Fairclough.
Morning.
Curly Watts. Used to do a paper round for you.
Well, that must be a while back.
7 years, 3 months and 6 weeks since I left.
Hey, yeah, I remember you now. Nicknamed you Brain of Britain. I thought you went to grammar school.
I did. I got 3 A-levels. See ya.
Ta-ra.
Having come back to the street after 7 years, 3 months and 6 weeks, Curly needed somewhere to live, and Emily needed some company. So they decided to help each other out.
I was just catching up on the ironing, as a matter of fact. If I leave it till the evening, I never feel like doing it.
Yeah, my mum says the same thing. At the end of the day, she likes to put her feet up and watch the telly with a bag of caramels.
How's the hand?
Oh, that's fine, Tar.
Would you like a cup of tea? I was just going to...
No, thanks all the same. I can't stop long. The thing is, about that ad you put in the Polly, I'd wondered if you'd done it yet.
Well, I was going to have a try at writing a card out this evening, as a matter of fact, but, well, it's a question of finding the right wording. I mean, I do rather like the idea of a young person, but, well, to be honest, I wouldn't want someone who played the bongo drums or burnt joss sticks, you know, that sort of thing. Just a nice, quiet, normal sort of young person would do. If there are any these days.
I'm normal. I never played a bongo or burnt a joss stick in my life. So what I was wondering, like, is, would I do?
As my lodger?
Well, as I said, I don't get on that well with the lads where I am, and I'd be right pleased to move in if you'd have me. And I do study astronomy, which is a fairly quiet hobby on the whole, unless I make contact with E.T.
E.T.?
Extraterrestrial. You must have seen the film.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, no, I didn't, actually.
You never? You missed a treat.
Well, that sort of thing isn't really my cup of tea.
Star Wars? Return of the Jedi? Close Encounters of the Third Kind? I mean, they're not just for kids, you know. I mean, apart from the technical brilliance, they're a sort of total experience. I tell you what, next time they come round, we'll go together. You'll enjoy it, I promise it'll be great. I'll educate you into a whole new world. Oh, but you've not said about me coming here yet. Are you willing to take me on?
Well, it looks like I'll have to, doesn't it? If I'm going to complete my education.
There's rather a lot of books, I'm afraid.
Well, that's all right. There's plenty of shelves up in your room. Why don't you go up and start unloading them, and I'll make us some tea?
Oh, I don't want to put you to any trouble.
Oh, it isn't. I'm happy to do it.
Now settled in Coronation Street, Curly's life was sorted out and uncomplicated. That is, until he set eyes on Sharon Gaskell from number 7.
Oh, good morning, Mr.
Morning.
Watts. Now, this is Emily's lodger, this young gentleman.
Hiya.
Hiya, nice to meet you.
I don't suppose you've met Sharon, have you? She's staying with Mrs. Fairclough for the time being.
What can we get you?
Get me?
What did you come in for?
Oh, he comes in to talk to me about astronomy and aerodynamics and Woody Allen and shoes and ships and sealing wax and all sorts of things. He's a great talker, is Curly.
Yeah, maybe, but he still hasn't said where he's come in for.
Well, I came in actually to, well, I was wondering, I'm going to the flicks tonight to see Woody Allen. Do you like Woody Allen?
Not much.
Why don't you like Woody Allen?
I think it's his specs.
Oh, I see. His specs.
Now then, this is a shop. We sell things. What can we sell you?
I'll take a packet of, wine gums, please. We meet again.
Huh?
I was in the cabin this
Ah,
afternoon.
yeah, Woody Allen fan. Hey, you favour him a bit, you know. Around the eyes. Have you got a bottle of port to take out?
Hello.
What are you doing here again? You only emptied bins yesterday.
Did I? Yes, I did. I know I did. But with it being Christmas...
Oh, dear.
What's up?
Christmas. We're trying not to mention it.
Oh, well, with it being the unmentionable time of the year, I thought you might have more rubbish. More rubbish to what you usually have.
In one day?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't.
Oh.
So, would you like to buy something instead?
Well,
Hey, do you like love stories?
Not,
Here. Auntie's Midnight Visitor. It's marvellous. Well, it's only 20 pence. You've got 20 pence, haven't you? Thank you. Anything else?
No,
right,
but...
ta-ra, come again.
Ta-ra.
Half was open then.
Flipping heck.
What's the matter?
She was there, right in front of me, and all I could do was ask her what sort of Christmas she'd had.
This was Sharon, was it?
Yeah. I'm an idiot. I am. I'm an idiot.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm sure you'll see her again. And it can sometimes be difficult to know what to say.
I know what to say. I've already said it. Well, written it. Oh, here's your change as well.
Oh, thank you.
I've written a poem about her.
I didn't know you were a poet.
Well, no, I'm not normally. Would you like me to read it to you?
Well, I'm not sure that you should, Norman. I mean, if it's for her.
Yeah.
She's a very modern and lively young lady, Sharon, isn't she?
You mean she won't like poetry?
Oh, well, I don't know.
You see, it's just that I found I can express my thoughts better on paper. Better than, you know, saying them. In fact, I'm thinking of giving it to her. I mean, I know it's not right good if you compare it with the Oxford Book of English Verse, but I'm not sure she's into that anyway.
No.
Actually, I'm quite proud of it. Right. I'm going to give it to her. And if she laughs, she laughs.
Oh, I'm sure she won't laugh.
Where do you think she'll be, the cabin?
Oh, no, they won't be open today.
Oh, no.
Look, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. Would you like one?
Oh, yes, please. Right. I'll find her. I will. Excuse me, have you got a minute?
Sure. Me and Ken don't mind if you join us, do we, Ken?
Not at all.
No, I can't stop. What are you doing tomorrow night?
Why? What's tomorrow night?
Well, I thought you might come round for tea. Mrs. Bishop will be out.
Oh, I don't know if I can come without a chaperone being there. You might leap on me.
Oh, I wouldn't. Oh, it'd be nice. Honest, we could sit and we could talk about things.
What things? Poetry? He wrote me a poem, you know.
Oh, then it's obviously a young man of imagination, as well as initiative.
Is it? I thought it meant you were a bit soppy.
So, do you think you can come then for tea?
I shall have to consult my diary. I'll let you know tonight.
Thanks. I'll see you later. Do you know it?
No, what?
About tomorrow night, if you can come.
Oh, well, go on then. So long as you don't write me no more poems.
Why didn't you like the last one?
Oh yeah, it was all right. But I mean, once a girl's got one poem, how many more does she need? Nevin, when it comes to fur coats.
Having got Sharon to agree to come to tea, Curly was determined to leave nothing to chance. He involved Emily in the preparations and hoped that Sharon would be so impressed that she would be swept off her feet. But he hadn't reckoned with Terry Duckworth.
It's rather exotic, isn't it?
Can't you do it?
Oh, I'm not saying I can't do it, but it is more cordon bleu than traditional English, which I'm more used to. I didn't know you were a gourmet.
Well, I'm not. I'm more your curry and chips man, actually.
Watercress soup, lamb chops à l'orange with potatoes au gratin, baked broccoli and banana soufflé for dessert. Where did you get a menu like that?
Well, 16 Oberg Avenue. The lady there gets all those posh women's magazines. I copied that out of one she threw out this morning. That's this week's supper party menu.
Some supper. Are you sure Sharon wouldn't just like a good plain meal?
I'm supposed to be impressing her, Mrs. Bishop.
Yes, but won't this be me impressing her?
No, not really. Not when I tell her it was me that got you into French cooking instead of all those sausage and mash you used to do before I moved in.
Oh, I see.
Makes me seem very Parisian, don't you think?
All right. Leave it with me.
I've got a very nice white here. Rhone.
Do you know which part?
Part.
Well, north, south, east or west, it's very important.
Is it? Oh, well, don't seem to say on the bottle.
I prefer a southern Rhone myself.
Well, this very well might be one.
Got any German wine?
No. I've got a nice Yugoslav Riesling, though. Now, this is a very good line. It's a lot of this.
You see, but they tend to be a bit sweet, don't they, Rieslings?
Do they?
You see, I prefer a white Burgundy myself. Say, a Chablis.
We haven't got one.
You haven't got much choice, have you?
Yeah, they don't drink a lot of wine round here, son. Have you noticed that brown stuff that's held back bucketful down at Rovers?
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to do it. I mean... Hi there.
Hiya.
I was just choosing the vino for tonight. I was after something a touch piquant.
Oh, well, I hope you're not expecting me to drink any. I hate wine. It all tastes like vinegar to me. Brown loaf, please, Alf.
Look.
But I just thought it'd go very well with the lamb chops to orange, but seeing as you don't like...
Chopped with oranges?
Well, no, it's more marmalade.
Marmalade?
Well, no, it's a mixture of marmalade, sherry, onions, garlic...
Listen, if you want to know what my very favourite meal is, it's a plain mixed grill with bags of chips.
Chips?
Right. See ya.
You're back.
Yes, that's my usual practice. I go out, I come back.
You've been shopping as well.
What is this? Some sort of market research you're doing?
We're in a crisis situation, Mrs. Bishop. Regarding tonight.
Crisis situation? Is Sharon not coming? Has she changed her mind?
Oh, she's still coming, just that she doesn't much fancy the grub we're going to give her. In fact, she positively hates it. What are we going to do?
What sort of grub does she fancy?
Well, anything with chips, apparently.
Then we'll give her chop and chips.
Not a la orange.
Just a la grill.
Oh, great. She'll like that.
Norman.
Not Norman, Curly, we agreed.
All right, curly, though it does make you sound like something out of a western.
Well, that's the idea.
I was going to say, don't expect too much from tonight. You are only giving the girl a meal when all's said and done.
But it's got implications, though, hasn't it?
Has it?
Of course it has. Me inviting a bird home, which is how I see this place, your house.
Yes, I want you to see it like that.
Well, me inviting her round for a meal, and her accepting, it's a step forward. It's a step in the right direction. It means I'm slowly cracking it, doesn't it?
Cracking it?
Oh, it's a modern expression.
It's not one I like the sound of. And I still say don't go overboard.
I'll be that laid back, that cool. She'll think she's with Sean Connery.
Really?
Looks very nice.
Oh, thank you. And talking of looking nice, very handsome indeed.
Do you like my new sweater? I got it from Tony's, that smart shop in the precinct. Cost me a bomb.
And worth every penny. Right, well, I think that's it. Everything's ready for the guest of honour. I hope she comes soon, or the chips will go soggy. I'll leave you to it.
Of course. Oh, and thanks.
I just hope you have a nice evening.
Definitely.
I've prepared the coffee. All you have to do is pour boiling water into the jug. The blue jug.
Can do.
Good luck.
Look? Do I look as though I need luck?
Oh, hello.
Hiya.
Come in. Norm, Curly's in the living room. Go on through.
Right. What are you doing in dark?
It's not dark.
Oh, we should put big light on. Yeah, that's better. Right then, we are scrub, I'm famished.
Wouldn't you like a drink first? There's martini, dry, of course, and there's sherry.
Dry, of course.
No, sweet, and there's beer.
You got any lemonade?
Lemonade?
Yeah, you know, it's fizzy stuff and it tastes of lemon.
No.
Oh, I'll not bother then. You can have one if you like.
Oh, no, thanks. I'm suddenly not thirsty. Right.
Hey, I like your sweater.
Oh, thanks. And you look, fab.
I know.
Right,
Is it ready then or not?
what?
Meal.
Yeah, it's ready.
Well, let's have it then before it spoils.
Good idea. Right.
Curly, the food.
Yes, sit down, please. There's bags of chips.
Oh, I can't wait. Can I have a piece of celery?
Help yourself. Flipping heck. Salt.
Oh, them's what I call grilled chops. Did you do them?
Yeah. Grilled chops. Boy Scout stuff. Right then, that's everything sided.
I'll wash up if you like.
No, I'll do it, or if we're really lucky, Mrs. Bishop will do it first. Right,
Well, fancy. It's only 7:15.
the night is young, as they say in Paris.
Huh?
Sit down, there, on the settee, and I'll put a tape on and we can sit and listen to it. Oh, and there's some chocolates here, after dinner mints. That's if you're into after dinner mints.
Love 'em.
Do you like the Human League?
Yeah.
They're fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah.
You wouldn't like a martini now, would you? Or a double to make up?
No.
Oh.
Curly?
Yeah?
I'd like to go to Rovers.
Pardon?
I said I'd like to go to Rovers.
Rovers? Why?
Just fancy it.
But the
I
Rovers...
just fancy it.
Couldn't we listen to one tape first?
I want to go now.
Now?
Yeah.
If you're really thirsty, I'll run and get you a bottle of lemonade. I'll get you anything you want. We'll go to the Rovers.
You know, it's time we weren't here.
Where's Dave then?
The horrible ordeal of called round, won't she?
She's gonna nobble him if he's not careful.
Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here. I thought you'd gone to Civic Hall.
We're just going.
Hey, Terry's only got tickets for UB40.
Has he?
I thought 3 of you were going then. Where's your other friend?
Not come.
Does that mean you got a ticket going spare, Terry?
Yeah. Do you want it?
I can't. I mean, I'd love to, but I'm with him. You know, I'd love to go. I've been trying to get tickets myself. Curly,
Yeah?
would you think it terrible of me if I did go with Terry and his mate? I mean, what a chance. It's beyond my wildest dreams. Listen, how about going for a drink with me tomorrow night? I'm not doing anything. We could find somewhere better than this place, you know. Is it all right? Curly.
Yeah, you go. As you say, it's a chance not to be missed.
Oh, aren't you nice? Right, Terry, I'm fit if you are.
No doubt about it, darling. You good then, Curly?
Can I get you anything, love?
I'll kill him if I get my hands on him. I will. Scout's honour, I'll kill him.
Oh, Norman, there's no point in talking like that. Violence never solved anything.
It's the only thing that some people understand, Mrs. Bishop.
Yes, I know, but if you indulge in it, you're simply putting yourself on their level. And besides, Terry Duck was bigger than you.
I don't care how big he is, he had no right to do what he did.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be angry.
Sharon was with me, having a quiet drink. He had no right to take her off gallivanting with him and his pals.
Sharon obviously didn't think so.
Oh, I'm not blaming Sharon, Mrs. Bishop. She was just being polite. She only went out of politeness. It's him. Well, he just better watch out. Oh, well, he just better watch out, that's all.
Have you got an empty box?
Yeah, I think I can manage that. Hang on.
You told me you were in here.
Oh, aye.
Would you come outside, please?
Well, I'm just getting my mum's order.
I want you outside now.
What for?
I want to punch your face in, that's what for.
Why? What have I done?
Don't come it. You know exactly what you've done taking Sharon to that concert last night and now we're taking her out.
I didn't hijack her. She was all for it.
She was when you persuaded her.
Persuaded her? I didn't want her mates. I've got more birds than I can handle already.
You mean you don't fancy her then?
Well, so as you noticed, no. I only took her because she was dead keen on going. You were there. You heard her.
Oh.
So if you want any help cracking it, like building a muscle or two, because she likes them, here, feel that. Glad you didn't take me outside, eh?
Well, there's no need now, is there?
Yeah, dead right, there's no need.
I'll see you then.
Yeah, see ya. Norman?
Curly's girlfriends usually didn't stay around for very long, a story which was to become only too familiar as time went on. But Curly wasn't the sort of person to dwell upon his misfortunes. He had other things to occupy him and other things on his mind.
Now, you're quite sure you got everything that Emily wants today?
Yeah, I've got it imprinted on the tablets of my mind. Half a pound of cooking cheese and 2 bilberry tarts.
Yeah, well, that's what you said yesterday. You still came back twice for stuff you'd forgotten.
Yeah, well, I do tend to be a bit absent-minded about trivial things. People are usually thinking profound thoughts, often are.
Oh, you're usually thinking, are you? Profound thoughts.
Oh, yes, yes. What is the meaning of life? What is beauty? Beauty, truth, truth, beauty.
Fancy that. £1.10.
Eh?
It's another kind of truth.
Oh.
What you owe me for these?
Sorry. Yeah.
Excuse me. I've been standing here observing you.
Oh?
You don't do yourself justice, you know.
Don't you?
No, you present a very poor physical image. You want to stand up straight, get your shoulders back, walk tall. Imagine you're wearing the Queen's uniform. Remember the song, No One Can Compare to a British Grenadier?
90p. Oi! Change. Oi! Buns. Yes, Percy.
Oh, I haven't come in to buy anything. I just came in to have a close look at that young fella for a friend.
Morning, love.
I'm after one of those loose leaf notebooks.
What, rule A4?
Yeah, that's it.
What project is it today, then?
Eh?
You're writing a novel, aren't you, Curly? The Binman's Tale, Weatherfield with lid on.
You always get things wrong, don't you, Rita? Norman's not a writer, he's an astronomer.
Well, I dabble, you know.
Charts and everything, haven't you? Oh, I hope you don't think I'm being nosy, but Emily lets me have a little glance now and then.
No, feel free.
Well, I mean, I just think it's very exciting, you know, seeing all the stars and their positions or courses or whatever you call them, all plotted out. Well, I mean, even the names themselves are like symphonies, aren't they? Saturn and Jupiter, and Neptune and Mercury.
Arcturus and Vega are doing some very strange things currently.
What are they?
And they reckon Jupiter's second major moon has got an ocean, 50 kilometres deep, in which low forms of life might exist.
Do you know, I bet there's folk on Jupiter say the same thing about Weatherfield Canal.
Rita, don't be so silly. This is a serious subject. Norman, do you ever come across anything that you can't explain?
Well, I don't know. I might have saw something last night. But you see, I've got to proceed by a process of elimination. But at 1 o'clock, I saw a little green light on a downward trajectory over the tip. Cheerio. Bye-bye.
I'm not intruding, am I? I mean, you did mean come in when you said it wasn't locked.
Yeah, sure. Is it Mrs. Bishop you're after?
No, as a matter of fact, I think you're who I'm after.
Me? Well, there's no queue.
I'm Sally Waterman. I work for the Recorder.
Oh.
I don't believe we've actually met before, but I've seen you around.
Don't tell me you've been driven wild by my animal magnetism.
Oh, yes, definitely, yeah. But at the moment, I'm after a story.
Hey?
It's just something I heard down the pub. Do you mind if I sit down?
Oh, yeah, sure,
Thank
sorry.
you. Just something about you being an astronomer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Anyway, to get to the nitty-gritty, the tale was that you'd recently spotted, well, whatever it is that you spot, and you couldn't quite fathom it.
And were they taking the mickey, saying I was balmy?
Well, there were one or two jokers, but the general opinion seemed to be that you were a man who knew what he was talking about.
No kidding.
Oh, that was fascinating. It really was. To be honest, I did sniff a leg pull. But now you've sort of explained, you know, how it all sort of fits together. Oh, I'll just get me bag then.
You must have left them down there when I dragged you upstairs.
Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Bishop. You're back then. I was just showing Sally me charts.
See. Hello. Hello. I suppose you've heard, have you, Mrs. Bishop, about Curly's sightings?
I beg your pardon?
What I saw last night, what I've been logging. Miss Waterman agrees it could have real scientific significance.
Do you study astronomy then, Miss Waterman?
Not exactly.
They're going to do a piece on me.
Piece? You mean an article? Oh, well, that's very exciting.
Yes, I've got all my notes now. Just be a question of getting Ken to okay it. Bye then.
I'll see you out.
I'll be in touch then.
Right, see ya. Bye-bye.
Well, fancy that.
Well, I reckon she'll do an in-depth think piece on me work as an explorer in space. I think people will look at me in a different light once this is published, Mrs. Bishop.
I am not the sort who expects an invasion by little green men, said tall, bespectacled Mr. What?
He expects an invasion by tall, bespectacled green men.
What's all that then?
Young Curly's got his picture in paper. Here, I've got hold of it. Bin man boffin spots UFO.
Here, let's have a look. Here, you'll stone a crow. Look at this. He's got his photo.
Hey, up, it's a bin man buffin! Hey! Something in the paper, is there?
There certainly is, sunshine. You are Weatherfield's own stargazing dustman.
Here, listen, I like this bit. Keen amateur stargazer, Mr. Norman Watts says he can offer no scientific explanation for his sighting. He's dead set, however. Yes, I suppose we are talking about what the layman would call a flying saucer.
I didn't say it like that. I did say flying saucer, but, you know, in a kind of ironical tone of voice.
A bit dodgy, that, love being ironical, especially round here. They can put you away for it.
Well, you never want to admit it, Curly, not seeing flying saucers, love.
I saw a flying saucer the other night. Mind you, there's a flying cup with it and all. My mum slung it at me dad.
I can hear you, and I'll be down there in a minute.
Can I have a look at the paper, please?
Yeah, be my guest. Can I have the honour of buying you a drink?
Oh, yes, I'd like a half, please.
A half, please. A small price to pay for the privilege of drinking with a celebrity.
Oh, no.
What's up, love? Have they not spelled your name right?
Oh, that's the main thing, Sunshine. Get your name spelled right. There's your beer there.
It's all jokes, sis. They're taking the mickey. She keeps going on about me being a dustman.
How much you want?
Oh, good to see you got a copy of the paper. I brought one with me just in case you haven't seen it.
Well, I have seen it, and I don't like it.
Oh, come on, Curly, it's great. Best laugh we've had for ages.
See what I mean? Astronomy is a serious subject.
Yes, well, I agree it's a serious subject, but you have to make that sort of thing interesting to the ordinary person if you want to catch their attention.
Well, I thought you were genuinely interested.
Well, I am.
Well, not according to this. We know there is no intelligent life form in our own solar system, said the reflective refuse collector. Any life form which makes contact will come from a very distant world.
I'm sure you said that.
I dare say I did, but the way you put it down makes me look daft.
Give over, Curly. You've always looked daft.
See what I mean? I'm going.
Hey, hang on. There's your drink there. Look, hey.
Come on, look, you upset, lad, now,
Take
aren't
no
you?
notice, Curly. It's only a bit of fun.
Oh, I'm going, all right.
Ah, Curly, I was just telling Mrs. Bishop. We've had a big response to this news item of yours, and a lot of very technical questions. Well, technical to me, anyway. I'm baffled by the weather forecast, let alone Og going on in outer space. So, can I hand these over to you?
What, for me to reply to you?
Yeah, not individually. We'll print them in the recorder. Think you can cope?
Of course he can.
Yeah, of course I will. No problem.
Good lad, good lad. Oh, and all the best for your interview.
Oh, thanks very much.
Not nervous, eh?
No, not at all. It's only a local radio. Well, a bit.
You'll walk it. You know your subject, that's the main thing. Right, bye.
Bye.
Well, how do I look?
Fine.
Impressive.
Very.
Do I look the kind of person that you could take seriously?
Absolutely.
Oh, you're not taking me seriously.
I am. I'm full of admiration for you. Truly.
Well, Mr. Barlow's quite right. If you know what you're talking about, you can't make too much of a fool of yourself. Can you? Hiya, girls.
Hi, Curly. I thought you were dead fantastic on Radio Weatherfield. I couldn't believe it was you.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that.
What did you think of him, Elaine? I thought he was brilliant.
Oh, come on, Elaine. I wasn't brilliant. Well, not quite. Would you like a drink?
Norman, Mr. Pilkington's here. You know, the man who...
Oh, yeah. He's very keen to see me, isn't he?
Well, I think I should warn you. He looks perfectly all right, but there's something about him.
Mr. Watts?
Yeah, that's me.
Alban Pilkington, I wrote to you.
Yes, please, sit down.
Well?
Pardon?
What did they say?
Who?
The Space Brothers.
Ah, well, actually, I didn't see people. Sorry.
I know exactly what's happening to you, you know.
You do?
Don't let it. Fight it. Fight them.
Who?
The skeptics, the doubters. Don't let them persuade you didn't see anything. You didn't meet somebody.
I didn't.
Come on, admit it. I'm a friend.
No, honestly. All I saw was a shape and a light in the sky.
No humming. No paralyzing white light. No vapor. No slime. Is your rabbit missing?
Well, after a close encounter of that kind, Curly felt that he'd be better concentrating on something a little more down to earth. Terry Duckworth had a business proposition, and Curly thought that he might join him. They pooled their resources and struck a deal with Terry's dad.
I'm not being a wet blanket, Terry. It's just that your dad's car, it's not the ideal vehicle for removal work, is it? What we could really do with it
is a van or a truck, right?
Exactly. Now, this job I've lined up this afternoon, it's going to be really difficult with your dad's car.
Now, look, I know my dad's car ain't right, but this is an opportunity and we've got to seize it, right?
Now listen, this is a plan. We buy me dad's car cheap and we sell it at a profit. And what we make on it, we get a van.
Oh, I see.
Now pick holes in that. You can't, can you?
No. Buy cheap, sell dear. That's a maxim on which fortunes have been made. I believe many a famous business partnership has started like that.
Right, so it's good enough for Duckworth and Watts.
Watts and Duckworth sounds more euphonious.
Yeah, we'll argue about that some other time. Now, I reckon you can pick my dad's car up for 500 quid if I play my cards right. We spend a bit of cash on it, we knock it out for 800 quid easy.
Excuse me asking, but why doesn't your dad sell it for 800 quid?
Because he needs a cash in his hand, doesn't he? Because he's got his road tax due, because I can handle him, and because he's a mug.
Well, I think
Look, leave the thinking to me. Now, let's get a move on. Whose stuff is it you said we're moving?
Olmar Pimlott, Chapel Street.
Olmar Pimlott? Don't half meet the stars on your bin round.
Got the Spondulix, then?
You got the keys?
Yep.
We've got the money.
Why don't you give him the money with one hand and at the same time take the keys off him with the other? You know, like they do in the films when they're handing over the ransom money.
It's all there, is it?
Would we try and sell you short?
As if you could.
As if.
Hey, do you want this pant in here or what?
Hey, Dad, you getting him in being so flush?
No, flaming not. I'll have it round the back there.
Well, I hope that money burns a flaming big hole in your pocket. You still worried about putting one across him?
Perhaps not.
There you are, sunshine. Better bargain than that, you won't get this side of the smoke. 800 in Redditch, you got yourself a light removal van, passion wagon, etc. Can't be bad, can it?
Bit clapped out, though, innit?
Well, it's better than driving the old bin wagon around, though, isn't it?
Not much difference by the look of it.
Clapped out? What do you mean? Take it for a spin. Only no bombing it down the M6, so clock the mileage. All right?
OK.
See you.
Cheers.
Hey, imagine, Terry. Watts and Duckworth, expert removals, distance no object.
Hey, mastermind. I don't want my name plastering over anywhere, do I? When you're doing a spot of moonlight and you don't want to broadcast it, do you?
Oh, yeah, I suppose you're right.
Hey, Curly, you're keen on art, aren't you? Rembrandt and all that.
Oh, aye. I often nip into the art gallery, you know, exhibitions and that. A good turner one on at the moment.
Great. So you're just a chap to get this painted. Dark blue or maroon. Use your artistic judgment.
Ho, ho, very funny.
Hey! I hope you're not planning on leaving this monstrosity in the street. It's a flaming eyesore.
Don't you be talking about my mate Curly like that.
It's this object I'm on about. Hey, look up when I'm talking to you, laddie. Now get it shifted or I'll have the council on you.
OK, Adolf.
Wagons roll.
Now, Curly, I'm warning you, leave the negotiating to me. You've got to know just how to handle these Cockney fly guys, OK?
My mouth is sealed, oh wise one.
Right.
Terence, my son, what's the verdict? Do we have a deal or do we have a deal?
Maybe, but Mr. Baldwin, your mate had told us about that knocking.
I know. The exhaust is blowing, the engine's knocking, the roof's leaking. I've heard this on every vehicle I've ever sold.
A respray.
I'll grant you, doesn't need a respray. That's why I'm not asking for 1,000 quid. Now look, Terry, you look bright lad.
Half an O-level grade Q.
Curly.
How would you like to save yourself 100 quid?
Now you're talking.
Right, well, next week that's going in Kim Barlow's rag for 900 quid. So you dig into your piggy bank for 800 and your quid's in, ain't you?
Done for 800 quid. Right. My partner here, Mr. Duckworth Jr., will deal with the
Hey,
paperwork.
hang on. OK, I'll agree to 800 quid. But how does a 10% discount for cash grab you? That way it doesn't have to go through the books, does it?
Terence, my son, the way I'm feeling at this moment, I charge an extra 10% for cash.
Curly should have known that Terry wasn't the most reliable person in the world, so any business relationship with him was bound to be a stormy one. Nevertheless, Terry's idea of equal partners did come as a bit of a surprise to Curly, as did Terry's ambitious plans for the future.
Say that again. Go on, just say it. I said you're a quitter.
Oh,
Leave it, Terry.
That's enough, you two.
Right, you. Outside.
That suits me.
Right, come on, lads, that's enough. Come on.
That's about enough of you, Curly.
Because you're a quitter.
Hey, outside.
All right.
Let's not disgrace our family name, eh? Come on, I'll buy you one down the Legion.
Sick of it.
So am I sick of it. I've been sick of it for a long time. Come on. You want this one out as well?
No, just tell him to put his specs back on.
Come on, Taylor. I don't care, he's balmy.
Yeah, of course he is.
I mean it. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just wants to throw everything away. He's got no plans. He's off his head.
Right, and the last thing he needs is people telling him he is.
Come here, mate. Never mind, mate. What do you think you're playing at?
Playing at? I don't think I'm playing at anything. I'm running a business, like I've been doing this past week. Single-handed, I might add.
But what's all this then? Since when have we had the money for this type of caper?
I thought you was ambitious, son. I thought you wanted us to get on.
I am. I do. But you've got to walk before you can run.
Oh, that's highly original, that is. I can tell you're the one with the brains. But you can cool it, because this place is costing us now. She lent it us for a couple of days on account that I tidied it up. Which I have done, single-handed.
Oh, stop going on about being single-handed, will you? I'm entitled to a week off, you know, and I did tell you I was going.
So you did, so you did. And what you're not entitled to do is moan at what I've been up to while you were gone.
Why? What else have you been up to?
Making money. Shifted a load of paving stones, did a removal job, stored this stuff till I can remove it on Saturday.
Brilliant, brilliant, well done, Spider. How much did we make?
We didn't make anything, Sunshine. I did. On account that I did all the graft.
Yeah, but we're a partnership.
Not this week we wasn't. I was at it
Single-handed, yeah.
Well, it's only fair, isn't it? Them that puts in takes out.
But I put in the time and the brains and the contacts and the money for the flipping van.
Not this week you haven't. This week I was working my flaming butt off while you was lying back in the ancestral home with Mummy waiting on you hand and foot. You enjoyed holiday, by the way. Oi, Curly! Give me the hand, will ya? There's a couple of boxes in the van.
What is it?
It's cash in it. It's money in the bank. Or at least it will be once I've got it sorted. Now come on, stop your whinging and get those boxes.
Where'd you get this lot?
Big Sharp specials. Sale or return.
Oh, aye. And what we're going to do with them?
We're going to sell it, aren't we? And then we're going to sell more and more and more.
Oh, come on, Terry.
Listen, this morning, my man forked out nearly £5 for this sort of rubbish to a lad that come to the door. He was soaking wet, she said. She felt sorry for him, she said. So, starting this morning, we are going on a knocker on the new estate, preferably soaking wet, and we're going to make our fortune.
Not with this.
Listen, because I'll tell you, if my mum can feel sorry for this geezer to the tune of £5, we're going to get ourselves flaming adopted, mate.
I'm not sure that you don't need a licence or something.
Do you eckers like need a licence? All you need is a bit of get up and go, so get up and get round the back of that van and fill the box up with Mick Sharp specials. So, I can see I'm going to enjoy this.
Hey, we don't want one of them games either.
Get out the van and shut up. Oi! Sunshine! Your mum in?
No, she's got to work. My dad's in, he's on dole.
Oh, is he? Very interesting, that. And where do you live?
Round corner, number 4. Do you want me to show you?
No, thanks. Have a nice day.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Can't wait, can you? Come on. Here we go. Move over, Mr. Getty.
Yes?
Ah, good morning, Mrs.
Ledbetter.
Yes, Ledbetter. Is your husband in by any chance?
Oh, no, he's out at work.
Ah, work. Did you hear that, Norman? The good lady's husband's out at work. Simple words, them. A commonplace to the lucky few who's got jobs, but an unobtainable ambition to such as me and my mate who's less fortunate. Wouldn't your grandma love to say to someone who'd come knocking for you, I'm sorry, he's out at work? Make an old lady very happy, that would. Yeah, we could have got jobs at the foundry, but, well, what with his perforated eardrum, you can't ditch a mate, can you?
No.
No, but I digress, madam. Let me explain. We'd like to speak to the both of you because, well, you see, we think that husband and wife should make these decisions together. And you know how it is nowadays. You get some pretty dodgy characters knocking on your door. And you want the man of the house around to make sure that no shady goes down, don't you?
Well, like I say, he's not in.
Of course he isn't. He's working. Anyway, you're safe enough with us. And I'll tell you why. Because we do not hold with what is going on today. All this violence and scrounging. We might be out of jobs, but we are not going to be burdens on society. He'll tell you, won't you, Norman? I mean, why should we take handouts from what your husband pays in taxes? So I'll tell you what we are doing. We are bringing to your door the very finest selection of cleaning items in the north of England, madam. Yes? Tea towels, dusters, polishes. Now, come on, feel that. Look at that. Now, never mind the width. Feel the quality.
It's very nice. But I get mine down the supermarket.
Let's go, Terry.
Hang on. Yes, and I bet by the time you've carried it all home, your arms are aching something rotten, am I right?
Well,
Yeah, now why suffer? I mean, they should charge you less for making you carry it home, but do they? They do not, no. And I'll tell you something else. Every item in that box is a copper or two cheaper than you pay down at the supermarket. And being the efficient housewife that you obviously are, you know how the coppers mount up. Look, you're our first customer, right, Norman?
Yeah, right.
So, take this top quality ironing board cover with our very best wishes, and thanks again for sparing us so much of your valuable time.
go on then. I could do with a bit of furniture polish.
There you go, madam. Help yourself, hang on a minute. And Aladdin's cave at your disposal. All good stuff. 2 pints, please, Bet. And Chuck is over him.
You're not getting me at them games, Terry. Would have made his granny very happy. Could have got jobs at the foundry. And where the hell did he get my perforated eardrum from?
Don't ask me, it's your perforated eardrum, isn't it? Just shut it and listen. Now feel in your pocket. 5 crisp fivers, right? And the same in mine. That is 50 quid clear profit in half a day with one of us selling. Now just think what we'd have earned if there was both of us at it in a full day.
Yeah, but I can't tell tales like you, Terry.
Well, make up some of your own then work out what we'd earn in a 5-day week, and then start dreaming how you're going to spend it at the weekend. Thanks very much, Ben. Cheers. The good times are coming, Curly. Drink to them.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, madam, indeed. Would you be interested in purchasing any of these high-quality household equipment? A big smile. Tea cloths, polishers, and dusters. As you ponder, perhaps I should say a little bit about myself. Far from being your ordinary door-to-door salesman, I am, in fact, working my way through an open university course in nuclear physics. Enormous smile turned into trouble look. But alas, this does not entitle me to government support. On the contrary, I am very much persecuted against. Therefore, these humble dusters, polishes and bottles of window sheen represent a humble man's attempt, last-ditch attempt to better himself in a very hostile world.
What are you on about, you great bird?
Oh, come on, Teddy, how long have you been there?
Long enough to be worrying about your sanity, mate. Yeah, give us this and stick it in your bin.
Oh, come on, I've been working on that all morning.
Listen, forget it. This is the attitude you have to adopt, right, to the business of door-to-door selling. We are providing a service to the city, to the people that cannot get out to the shops. Like the invalids and the grandmothers and the moms with young children. We descend like angels bearing their daily household requirements.
If you say so.
I do say so. So we go out there and we sell hard.
Hard?
We are magnificent, ruthless, and confident.
Are we?
Yes, we are. But at the slightest whiff of a refusal, you tell them that you're on the dole and you can't afford the medicine for your sick granny.
Oh, come on, Terry. I've told you I'm not into lying.
Well, it's nearer the truth than that open university rubbish, isn't it? Besides, we are worse off than people on the dole. I mean, we're drawing now. We've got all these overheads. We've got the van, the yard.
Come on, Terry. How can you say we're worse off than people on the dole, eh? Dole people's got nothing. We've got this business. We've got hope. They've got nothing. Just one miserable day following another one. It's totally immoral, Terry.
Let's sell dishcloths, Curly. Swing those arms,
sell
stretch those
dishcloths.
legs. Hey, what do you think this is? I would succeed in business without really trying. Why aren't you out flogging?
I can't face it, Terry. Door after door slammed in me face. I'm shattered. I'm getting a complex. I can't do it, Patter, for stammering.
Pull yourself together, you big fairy.
It's so humiliating and depressing.
Haven't you made us out?
Well, yeah, 50p. But I put that in. I dropped me box and a tin of polish rolled down a grid.
Brilliant.
Hey, one nice thing happened, though. An old lady invited me in for a cup of tea and a biscuit. I think she needed the company. How's it going for you?
Couldn't be better. I'm coining it in. I'm sticking to the plan, you see, the dole angle. It's working a treat.
Oh, well, never mind. At least I'll have me nervous breakdown with a clear conscience. Can we go home now?
Cobblers, fasten your seatbelt and get your head together. We're off to Whitefield. It's a far more upmarket area, and you never know, you might even find yourself flavour of the month up there. Yeah, might have.
All right! Go your... You're always moving!
Curly, can't put a foot wrong today. I've just sold half a dozen tea towels to a woman in a chippy. She's just about to send the girl down to Woolies. Here, have a free chip.
No, thanks. I'm not hungry. I feel sick.
What, still no joy?
Joy? I have never been so miserable in all my life. I mean, one couple invited me in. I thought I'd cracked it. But they just sat there, drinking whiskey and laughing at me patter.
Well, it's your own fault, mate. You won't listen. I've told you the ropes.
Yeah, and I've told you I'm not into lying.
But you are. I mean, your Open University thing is just as much a lie as my dole lie.
Yeah, but it's an easier lie to tell. It's a white lie.
It's a lie that doesn't work, and mine does, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because when you tell people that you are studying nuclear physics, it sounds weird, makes them suspicious. You're playing up to the old image of the door-to-door salesman as an out-and-out nutter. Tell them you're down and out, and they'll be sympathetic. They'll think you're enterprising, they'll believe you, they'll think you're on the level.
Yeah, but I won't be.
What does it matter if they know you are?
Oh, but Teddy, why should we lie, eh? Why should we have to?
Oh, come on, Curly, you sound as if you just got out of the pram. Just look out there, eh? It's all lies, eh? I mean, look at telly, look at politics. It's all cobblers. I mean, why are we having to do this in the first place, eh? I mean, why aren't we in some penthouse playing strip poker with some dead eager young heiress? Because the lies in high places keeping blokes like us down under, mate.
Yeah, but two lies don't make a truth.
Sure, but they might stop a grumbling tumult or stop a leaking roof or drum up a bit of business.
Yeah, all right, I understand that,
Listen,
Terry,
all we're after is a way of getting around to making people believe that they need what we're selling. It's sales technique to make them more kindly disposed towards us. Eh? I mean it diffuses a doorstep confrontation, doesn't it? So pick a lie that does the job, and it's not even a lie, really, is it?
You know, I've never really thought of it like that before. That's quite radical, quite revolutionary.
Give it a try, eh? Trust your Uncle Terry.
Yeah, right. Give some chips.
Let's put it, lad. Come on. Here you go. Brew's ready.
Pal.
Right. What's the readout?
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, mate, but due to my late burst of success, I've pipped you at the post. 102 to me, 93 to you.
195 quid in a day. Put it there, pal.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? I mean, we're all into profit now.
I know, what an asset that mug of yours is, you know. The Richard Branson grin in reverse, the curly sulk. I can just see it now on billboards up and down the country, selling records and flights to New York. The incredible sulk.
You taking a mickey?
Am I heck? But I tell you something, I'm glad I got you to ditch that university patter and stop smiling at people. You were scaring half the life out of them.
Hello! I've just popped in to bring your boots back.
Whoopee.
Well, don't you want me to show you what I've done?
Yeah, I do, Mrs. Bishop.
Where on earth's all that come from?
We've been door-to-door selling. Very enterprising move, eh? We've made nearly 200 quid.
My word. It's going to be very hard to account, though, isn't it? Bits of cash flying in from all directions.
It's going to be nearly impossible, I'd say. What a shame. Still, I mean, we've got to make the dosh wherever we can. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, can they?
No, I suppose not.
Hey, but it's great fun, though, Mrs. Bishop. We're like a mobile library. Saints on wheels, eh, Terry? Swooping down and brightening up the neighbourhood with our doorstep badinage.
Well, I heard from Mrs. Duckworth that you were having a dreadful time, Norman.
He was this morning. Near suicidal, weren't you, Norm? Then he started listening to me.
Yeah, I made over 100 quid this afternoon. That's more than he made all day.
All right, big head.
How on earth did you manage that?
Well, it's business technique, isn't it, Terry?
Or, lying, as it's commonly known.
Terry?
Lying? Have you been lying, Norman?
Only to engage folks' sympathies, Mrs.
What
Bishop.
exactly have you been saying?
Well, only that I'm on the dole and I can't afford the medicine for my sick granny, that's all. Oh, Mrs. Bishop, don't take it like
Bye,
that.
Emily. Mind how you go now.
What did you have to go and tell her that for?
It's a laugh, innit?
What's the money for? What are you up to?
Look, I didn't want to talk about it in the pub, but how much do you reckon our van's worth?
The van? I don't know, not a lot, but what's that got to do with it?
Well, 500 quid, do you reckon? Would that be a fair price?
500 quid? We'd never get 500 quid for it. No one in the right mind would pay that.
Well, maybe I'm not in my right mind then, but here you are. 250 quid.
Oh, I don't get it. Who's bought it?
Me. I'm awake early. I'm getting out. Taking the van with me. I reckon you're getting a fair price for your half of it.
What are you on about, Teddy? What are you talking about?
I've had it with round here, Curly. I'm gonna try and look somewhere else. Don't ask me where, because I don't know. Just gonna get in the van, I'm gonna drive till my money or my petrol runs out, whichever comes first.
Oh, don't act the goat. What's the money for?
I've told you, I'm taking the van. Everything else is yours, you can have it. Petty cash, any money to come. All this stuff here. Whatever you can make out of it.
I never know when you're being serious.
Oh, I'm serious, all right. There's nothing for me round here, Curly. What there was, I've had.
Oh, this is just because of that Linda, all this is. You're just feeling sorry for yourself, that's all.
You're dead wrong, Sunshine. If I stayed and just put up with things the way they are, then yeah. And I'd feel sorry for myself. That's why I'm getting out. So I won't have to.
So, you're really going then?
Yeah. I'm really going.
Terry, you can't just go. You can't just go.
Well, what's to keep me?
Well, what about me? I'm your partner, remember?
You were my partner, Sunshine. Partnership's dissolved.
Oh, I see. And that's that, is it? End of partnership, just like that.
Well, what did you expect? A presentation dinner and a gold clock? Look, Curly. I've got to get away. Sorry if it mucks you about, but I've got to go. Still mates, eh?
Yeah, of course. Okay.
With Terry gone and Curly's business ideas now in tatters, he decided that he needed to reassess his life. He needed a proper job, in addition to which perhaps it was time to give the fairer sex another chance. With that in mind, perhaps living with Emily wasn't such a good idea anymore, so when he met Shirley Armitage, he thought that it was a golden opportunity for a new start. He made arrangements with Alf Roberts to take the flat above the shop, and he and Shirley moved in. But a year later, the same old familiar story, Curly was back where he started, alone.
Don't be daft. Come in. Come on, shut the door behind you. I've not changed into a blood-sucking monster overnight.
Look, Curly.
I knew you were coming. I could sense it.
Curly.
Look, before you say anything, let me say my piece, eh?
All right.
Well, first off, I'd just like to say how much I've missed you. I mean, living together all that time, a year, well, you occupied a lot of my space. Well, all of it. And suddenly, you were gone. And it was like you died. And every day, I kept seeing this ghost walking past the window. It was very, very spooky.
I didn't mean to hurt you, Curly.
Oh, you haven't? Well, a bit. But it's made me think, Shirl, about us.
Curly.
Look, let me finish. And one of the things that kept cropping up while I was thinking was, well, what's Shirley getting out of all this? And I have to admit, not a lot.
Well, that's not true, not at first.
Not at first, no. It was brilliant at first, but most things are. And then we got complacent. Well, I did. I slipped into the old pipe and slippers routine. And I have to admit, I enjoyed it. It was comfortable. But a relationship, it has to grow, it has to develop. A relationship, it's a living thing. Which brought me to my great idea.
What idea?
We should get married.
Married?
It's a logical progression, Shirl. People, they fall in love and they live together in a kind of experimental marriage, and then they do get married.
That's the whole point. The experiment hasn't worked.
Of course it has.
It hasn't.
It has for me.
It hasn't for me.
Well, why? Where hasn't it worked for you?
Oh, I shouldn't have come.
Please, Shirley, tell me where have I gone wrong, because I don't know.
There's lots of reasons.
I'll change. I'll do anything you want.
Listen to me. You were right. I am dead. I feel dead about us.
I don't know why. It's just happened. Not because of anything you've done. And not because of anything you should have done. It's just happened. And I'm sorry.
You've met someone else, haven't you?
No, Kelly, I've not.
Then why?
Told you why. As best I can. There's nothing else I can say. Nothing. Please leave me alone. It's over, Curly. Finished.
Oh well, back to concentrating on getting a better job. Curly went for several interviews, but his decision to work for Better Buys was going to affect his life for some time to come. Deciding to give up the flat and take lodgings with the Duckworths was going to have some effect on his life too. It wasn't long after starting work at Better Buys that Curly took an interest in Kimberly Taylor, and after some hesitation, they arranged a night together.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Watts. The whole place seems to go out of sync when one or two of the girls don't put in. I've got my own system for emergencies, but the best laid plans of mice and supermarket managers, I say. Right, now to business. Your badge of office. I now proclaim you Mr. Norman Watts, assistant manager, trainee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Holdsworth.
Right. Shall we?
Yes.
Yes. This is the cold face, front line, so to speak. This is where you'll get educated, Mr. Watts. This is your classroom. You see, supermarkets are not just big shops. They're a different consumer philosophy.
Requiring, I should imagine, a change of managerial approach to consumer psychology, Mr. Holdsworth.
Exactly. In one. See, in the supermarket, display is the king.
And temptation, queen.
Absolutely. Do you know, I think you're going to like it here. In fact, I think you'll manage very well. If you'll excuse the pun. Right, follow me and do as I do.
Everything all right?
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean about tonight.
Oh, well, I've got my stuff in a carrier bag and I've put it in my locker. And I told Mum I'm staying over at Alison's.
Great.
I don't like lying to her, though. It's something I've never done before. Something else I've never done.
Look, it's not really a big lie. It's just a little white lie, just to stop her worrying.
Oh, I suppose so.
Mr. Watts, check the trolley situation, would you? They're all over the place. It creates a very untidy impression.
Will do.
Good morning, Miss Taylor.
Good morning. What happens if they come back?
Who?
Mr. and Mrs. Duckworth, what happens if they come back?
They've gone for 2 weeks. They're not going to come back.
Yeah, but something could go wrong, can't it?
Kimberly, tonight, nothing is going to go wrong. Nothing. Right?
Oh, no, look!
What?
They'll see me going in.
Oh, they've seen you before.
Yeah, but do they know Mr. and Mrs. Duckworth are away?
They won't even notice.
Well, at least you can go and open the front door so I can just run straight in.
And how's baby?
Oh, it's all right. I'm going to be starting some classes soon.
Come on.
Hi, Kim.
Hiya.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, no!
What?
I thought you said they wouldn't notice.
Oh, okay, they saw you. But they're not going to bother. They just saw you come in. That doesn't mean anything.
It's just so furtive. I feel like a spy.
Look. The door's locked. We're on the inside. They're on the outside. And that's where they're going to stay, on the outside. And all you've got to do is think about me. And all I've got to do is think about you.
I don't know Mrs. Duckworth manages without a proper kitchen. Oh, no, who can that be?
Don't worry, we're only washing up.
Yeah, of course we are.
Ah, Mr. Holdsworth, come in.
I just thought I'd come over and keep you company, because I know you'd be on your own and I've... Ah, Miss Taylor.
Hello, Mr. Holdsworth.
I'm sorry, I hadn't realised.
Oh, no, sit down. We were just washing up, weren't we, Curly?
Yeah, we've just eaten.
Oh, well, I brought this bottle of wine, but I suppose I'd better leave it with
you
you
must
two and
stay
you
and
can...
have a drink, mustn't you, Curly?
Yeah. I'll open it.
Well, Mrs. Duckworth's gone away on holiday, has she?
Yeah.
Well...
Good night. Right then, shall we finish the wine, or...
No. You finish it. I just don't feel like it.
Hey!
What?
Relax.
I can't.
Look, Holdsworth's not going to say anything if that's what you're worried about.
I don't think I am, really.
Well, that's okay then. I got the impression that you were a bit...
No! I mean, it's not that I'm worried about. It's more than that.
What, Sally and the other two? I don't think they're going to...
No! It's not what they think. It's what I think.
Oh.
See, when I come round here tonight, well, I thought I'd feel happier about it. But I don't.
Well, that's just because Holdsworth came round.
No, it isn't. Except that when he did come round, I realised that I was glad and I wanted him for stay. I know you wouldn't want me to pretend or to go against my conscience, would you?
No.
It's just that I've been brought up to believe there are some things you do after you've been married.
Yeah.
Would you forgive me? I mean, it's a compliment to you, really.
Is it?
Yeah, because, well, if I was with anybody else, I'd feel forced to go through with it. But with you, well, you respect me and you understand. And I know that you won't try and talk me into doing anything that I really don't want to do. I've brought Norman with me.
High time and all.
Mrs. Taylor, it's very pleasant out. I thought it was going to threaten rain later, but...
But you've not met Daddy, have you, Norman? Daddy, this is Norman.
Mr. Taylor, a pleasure. Long overdue. I was hoping to make your acquaintance.
I can't say I'm pleased to see you, Norman, because I'm not. I'm very disappointed, Norman. I thought more of you, didn't I, Daddy? I thought you were a decent lad.
Well, obviously, we've got a misunderstanding here. I mean, that's why I'm here.
He'd best sit down.
Sit down. You see, I'd be more than happy to put both your minds at rest. I mean, the last thing I'd want is anybody labouring under a misconception, as it were.
I don't know what kind of a girl you think our Kimberly is, but I'll tell you straight. She is not that kind of a girl. Is she, Daddy? We brought her up to know better.
Well, if you just let me explain. I'm not disputing the fact that we actually spent the night together,
No.
under the same roof.
No, because you can't. And she told us she was staying the night with her friend Alison. She never told lies before. Not till she went working at that Better Buys. Did she, Daddy? Mr. Taylor's got a good mind to go down there and tell the manager she's not going to be working there anymore.
Oh, I wouldn't do that, Mr. Taylor, because as I'm sure that, as Kimberly told you, nothing happened. Nothing that shouldn't have happened. Nothing.
As Kimberly will have told you, we're churchgoers in this house, young man. That doesn't mean we don't know the kind of things that go on these days.
But it's true, Daddy, honestly.
Don't you dare say that word. You that lied to us about where you were sleeping. We brought her up decent, to respect herself and her body.
Well, I do respect herself. I mean, that's why nothing happened. See, I think too much of her, you see. And we both agreed, didn't we, Kimberly, that we'd both rather wait until marriage.
Oh, well, you are intending to do the right thing by her, then?
I didn't do the wrong thing by her. That's what I've been trying to tell you, Mrs. Taylor.
I mean, we didn't know you were getting married.
Well, when I
I
say
mean, not
married,
for
I mean-
sure. Oh, Kimberly never told us you were properly engaged.
Well, engaged is just a word.
Young girls nowadays, they tell them mothers nothing. Randolph.
Yes, Mummy.
Why don't you take Norman round the garden? I'm sure you'd like to see the greenhouse, wouldn't you, Norman? Well...
My recommendations were unanimously accepted, so I am delighted to say, Norman, that you are now a fully fledged assistant manager. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, that's marvellous.
In fact, I can't say more. There are those at head office who see you as the coming man.
Really?
Oh, really, yes. In fact, there's no limits to the height you can go. You must look to the stars. But if I could give you one word of advice, please. See, this firm we both work for, it's a very forward-looking and progressive one. But it does tend to frown on liaisons between management and staff. Now, rightly or wrongly, that's not for me to say, but it does. And I can't help but notice that you and Miss Taylor have been increasingly in each other's company. Well, I'm not trying to pry. All I'm saying is, the future is there lying ahead. The supermarket of your choice, the hypermarket at Widnes even. But I shouldn't fantasise about having Miss Taylor at your side when you get there. Are you with me?
Oh, yes. May I be frank with you, Mr. and Mrs. Taylor? No, that's not going to work. Right, I'm going to be brutally frank with the pair of you. Do you really want your daughter to end up an old and lonely spinster?
Oh, you're back. I thought I heard you.
Mrs. Taylor.
Well, come in the warm. You'll take a mug of cocoa, will you, Adrian? I don't suppose you'd say no to a hot water bottle in your bed tonight, would you? Come on. Here we are.
Another failure with the ladies, so true to form, Curly decided to put it all behind him, and what better for a brand new start but brand new lodgings. So when Angie offered him a room, it seemed like a good idea. Life was looking up, especially when Raquel took an interest in him, but Raquel could be a tiny bit jealous.
So, when did you have in mind?
Any time. You can move in now if you like.
No, you see, because I've got to go to work. What about tonight?
Yeah. Jenny's cleared her room. You can move in straight away. She's paid her rent till the end of the week, so you don't have to pay anything till next.
What about Mrs. Fairclough? I mean, have you told her about it?
Well, she's away just now, but she knows I can't afford the place on my own.
Yeah, but you see, isn't she expecting another...
What?
Well, another female.
I don't see why she should mind if I don't.
No, it's just that, well, people might... Well, you know what people might think.
There's a lock on your door.
I mean, I'm not bothered, male, female, it doesn't matter.
Well, then.
Right, then. Well, I'll bring my stuff round tonight, then. Right, I'll see you.
And just one thing, seeing as you brought the matter up. I know some men think that women were created to cook for him and clear up after him and down the socks for him, but there's going to be none of
no,
that.
no. No, I don't see women like that. I mean, I'd quite like to, but I haven't much choice. Not with some of the experiences I've had. I'll see you.
Curly, no, you're not moving. What's all this about moving?
Look, I'm sorry, Jack, but I think it's the best for everybody.
Look, can't you think about it? I mean, take a couple of nights to think about it. Look at how Vera, she's broken-hearted, isn't she?
I'm not moving far, Jack. I'll still see you both.
Yeah, but it won't be the same, will it? I mean, this Angie, I mean, what are you moving in with her for? She won't coop for you like how Vera does, you know. What is it? You want a bit of privacy for you and your new girlfriend, do you? I mean, come on, have the run of the house.
Sorry, Jack.
Oh, Curly, come on!
Don't worry, there's not much more.
It's okay. No,
Aye, so you're taking a lodger then?
just the one.
One might be enough. But with all the washing, ironing and cooking, it's not like sharing with a bird, you know.
Oh, Curly and I have already had a little chat about that.
Hello?
Raquel, come in. Is it all right if...
House? Well, you told me to come round, so, here I am. Oh.
Raquel, Angie. Angie, Raquel.
Hello.
So you're the student, then? Well, Curly talked, I thought I'd find you with your nose in a book.
Oh, no, not tonight. I've got a party tonight.
Oh, I should be so lucky.
Sit down.
I'd make a cup of tea, but I'm in a bit of a rush, so make yourselves at home. And I'll see you when I get back, if you're not already in bed. I'll give you a key, didn't I?
Yeah.
Right, OK, then I'll see you later. Bye.
I've still got one or two things to...
Oh, it's all right. I'm in no rush. And Angie's not going to be back till late, is she? I mean, she don't even know whether you'll be in bed when she gets in.
Right, I won't be a minute.
It's okay. I give up.
What?
Oh, come on, I'm not blind, I'm not deaf. I can see this house has certain advantages that ours doesn't.
Oh, come on, Jack, it's not bad.
Just don't overdo it. 2 women can be a terrible drain on a man's energies, but pace yourself. Give your body a chance to recover.
You look so sober, Curly. So boring and responsible.
Well, I am boring and responsible. I have to be. That's what I'm paid for.
Yeah, but you don't have to be. Look at Nigel Kennedy. He's like you. He dresses with style. You could. You know, long jackets, big cuffs, baggy trousers. To get me hands on you.
Oh, why? I can see me swanning down the aisles of Better Buys looking like Nigel Kennedy. People will think it's rag week. You must be joking.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh, hello, Raquel.
Hi, Curly. Hello.
Can I get you a drink?
Oh,
Oh, I'll have a snowball tie.
Right.
I'll get him.
No, you won't. It's my round.
Oh, well, give us some money. I'll get him for you.
Oh, right, right.
Sam again?
No, not for me. I'll sit this one out. There, there's a fiver. Sit down.
Enjoying yourself, then?
Well, yeah, you know, it's nice to see you.
Cosy? You two together.
Well, we were just,
What?
chatting.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all.
Good.
So, how are you?
Oh, I'm worried about Buxton, Curly.
Why? You'll have a great time.
Yeah, but... Well, I'll be on my own, won't I?
No, you won't. All the other girls will be there. There'll be loads.
But I mean at night, Curly. I'm going to be all alone at night in my hotel room, aren't I? All night. Curly,
Yes?
you wouldn't like to come with me, would you?
Yeah. Yeah, I would actually. Yeah. Rather a lot. Angie, I will have that drink. Pint.
I love a man who knows his own mind.
Oh! Ah. I'm sorry.
Are you sure this is your room?
Which room are you looking for?
Never mind about that. Can you explain, if you don't mind, what you're doing in room number 27? And with no trousers on, Mr. Watts?
Ah. Well, you see, had a bit of an accident with the wine, spilt it down the trousers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm just sponging it off.
And you didn't want to be disturbed while you were sponging your trousers off? Just exactly who is sponging your trousers off?
Who is it?
You realise this is an abuse of your position, Mr. Watts, don't you? Huh? No molester, eh? No molester?
Frankly, Mr. Scott, if we were discussing this at head office, I think I could explain my trousers rather easier than your bottle of champagne and 2 glasses.
Oh, you do you?
Well, it's just an observation, you know, from one man of the world to another.
You're stepping a long way out of line, Mr. Watts, for a man with no trousers. I simply thought it would be a good idea to lift her spirits, that's all.
Well, that was a very nice thought, Mr. Scott.
She should have won, of course, but politics dictated otherwise. The crown had to go to Stalybridge.
Well, I thought that...
Who is it?
It's just someone who's brought some champagne to cheer you up, Raquel. Well, Asti Spumante, anyway.
I don't want any Asti flaming spumante.
Well, I'll leave you to it, Mr. Watts. She's obviously in need of cheering up. I only hope you're man enough for the job.
Raquel. Raquel, come on, let me in. Come on, Raquel, I've got no trousers on. Come on, Raquel.
Go away.
Well, needless to say, Curly's relationship with Raquel was destined to be short-lived. After Raquel got back from a modelling trip to London, she had something to tell him.
Fulham. It's in London.
I know where it is.
Frank's mum and dad live down there. We stayed with him. He's got a studio.
I see.
It were all very respectable.
It doesn't look particularly respectable to me.
Well, it was. Frank's very professional.
I bet he is. I want to know why you went to London with him for 3 days.
Well, he says that a photographer has to have a relationship with his subject before he can capture its true light.
And what kind of relationship does he have with you?
Well, it's sort of complicated.
Looks fairly simple to me.
Yeah, but if you've got assets, you've got to show them off.
Oh, I suppose Frank said that, did he?
Me mum, actually.
Oh, and your mum approves of you taking time off work and going to London with a complete stranger.
Curly, it's my career we're talking about here.
And I'm talking about our relationship. What kind of weekend do you think I've had? You disappear for 3 days, and then you walk in here like nothing's happened. And all I get is Frank this and Frank that.
Look, I'm sorry, Curly, but you don't get a chance like this every day.
So, what are you saying?
I'm saying that from now on, we'll be moving in different circles. And I think that we ought to split up before one of us gets hurt.
I see.
Oh, I mean, you're great when it comes to duty rosters or displaying tins of soup. In fact, you're probably one at best. Just not for me anymore. Look, I'll see ya.
This time, Curly felt he needed professional help, and so he thought he might try a computer dating agency. The computer's idea of an ideal partner for Curly came as a bit of a surprise to him.
Well, wait.
Miss Shaw?
Yeah?
Kimberly?
Curly?
Thank you.
Oh, I feel just like I'm in a film.
So you're enjoying yourself then?
Oh, more than I ever dreamed.
And are you glad that we met again?
Oh, Curly, do you need to ask? Are you?
I couldn't be gladder. It's just that when we're together, it feels so right. With the other girls, well, I just didn't feel comfy. Not the way that I feel when I'm with you.
That's not very romantic, comfy.
Well, is this romantic enough for you?
You've changed. You never used to be like that.
Well, you never let me be like that.
Perhaps I've changed too. We did a lot of stupid things last time, didn't we?
I don't want to talk about last time. It's this time that counts.
We are lucky to have another chance.
Yes, we are. And I don't want to make a mess of it this time. I don't want to let you get away a second time. You see, Kimberly, I've got a lot of plans for the future. And they all include you. I love you, Kimberly. Please, will you marry me? Because I want you more than anything in the world.
Any chance of a cup of tea?
Taylor, hello.
I'll just knock up.
Angie! Angie! Oh, no. Angie! Oh, no.
I'm not imposing, am I, Norman?
No, not at all. Come in.
It was just that I was passing when I saw you, and as it's nearly tea time, I thought, well...
Good idea. I'll put the kettle on.
Right. It's an odd time to be home.
Well, you see, I have to fit myself round everyone else while I'm in charge. This is actually my lunch hour.
Oh, you poor thing.
Well, the first shall be last. That's part of the Better By ethos. We believe in serving people in every sense of the word.
Well, it's obviously been very character-building for you. Oh. That's an interesting lampshade. Is it yours?
No, that's not mine. That's a fixture and fitting. It came with the house.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do the place up. I just haven't got round to it. But when Kimberly moves in, she can settle down and she can choose whatever she's... Oh, I'll just move this. This is my ironing. I've been very busy recently, so... Oh, dear. I wonder where that came from.
More to the point, who left it there?
Well, it's not Kimberly's, if that's what you're thinking.
Not Kimberly's. Then whose is it then?
Yeah. But on second thoughts, yes, it does look like one of Kimberly's, yes.
Look, let me get this straight. You are saying that not only does my daughter take off her underwear in your house, but other women do the same as well?
No. Let me explain.
It needs no explanation.
No, you've got it wrong.
Is that or is it not Kimberly's?
Look, there's been a mistake.
Mistake being the operative word. You clearly have no respect for the sanctity of human relationships. I see no point in your engagement to Kimberly going any further.
But Mrs. Taylor, please, you see, it's not actually, it doesn't belong to... Flaming thing.
The usual outcome was only to be expected. So I suppose it was back to astronomy and Angie?
What's all that about?
Passion.
You mean dirty books?
No. All the stuff we were talking about this morning.
I never said anything about passion. Not the sort of thing I talk about at breakfast. Well, not to you, anyway.
Dreams, stimulation, challenge, all the things that have been missing out of our lives.
And will we find it all in there?
Well, I don't think you will, but I will. Magic in these books, magic.
You're not going to come over old Paul Daniels on me, are you? What have you brought that thing down again for?
That is not a thing. That is a window to another world. Silently, one by one, in the infinite meadows of heaven, the stars blossom, the forget-me-nots of the angels.
I think I prefer you taking ping-pong balls out my ears.
Oh, all right, I won't bother. But remember, you're the one that said there's not many people can bear our souls to.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just that sometimes you're very teasable, curly tops. So if you're so keen on astronomy, why'd you pack it in?
I don't know. Life moves on, doesn't it? Got a job, got engaged.
Got yourself grounded.
In a manner of speaking. But it used to give me a real buzz. On a dark, clear night. It's like you could leave the Earth and get up there amongst it all. Sailing through solar systems into other universes.
And you can see all that through that?
Well, no, not this one. If I'm going to take it up again, seriously, I'll have to get myself a more powerful one. Probably a 6-inch motorised reflector.
Sounds impressive. So where are you going to do all this stargazing from anyway? Your bedroom window?
No. In the observatory I'm going to build in the attic.
You weren't serious about that.
Of course, yeah. Move a few slates, put a window in, piece of cake. You're right, Angie. There's got to be more to life than 9-to-5 drudgery. We have to erase our sights from the gutter. And if we don't do that, well, we only got ourselves to blame.
Well, as a pastime, it certainly beats knitting rugs. There. Does it work?
Yeah. It's brilliant.
So what's the face for?
Well, what is the point of looking at the soul of the universe if you've got no one to share it with?
Well, let's have a dig, go. Blimey, Curly, is that the moon?
Yep.
Oh. God, it's like you could reach out and touch it. It's like I can see mountains and black things.
They're shadows. Shadows of the mountains. 250,000 miles away.
It's amazing. And you've got all this going round in your head when you're stacking toilet rolls for Reg?
Well, I suppose I have. Makes you feel better. You see, you could be the greatest person in the world. Or the biggest failure. But out there, it doesn't even register. It makes being Reg Holdsworth's assistant a little more bearable.
I don't know, it's a mystery to me.
What is?
Why they called you 40 watts at school.
It wasn't because I was dim. It was down to the shape of my head.
Well, why didn't they call you 100 watts or 150 watts?
Because they couldn't count.
150, that's what I'm going to call you from now on, because I think you're brilliant.
What's up?
Everything.
You mean you've not finished it?
Nope.
Well, Baldwin's not going to be pleased, is he?
It wasn't.
You've seen him. What did he say?
What did he say? I'm unprofessional, untalented.
Oh, that's rubbish.
Is it? I can't keep my deadlines, can I?
Oh, I see. So you're going to give up now, are you? Baldwin speaks and the world trembles.
This is supposed to be my job, my career. And I play at it. Hair 'em, scare 'em, Angie, anything for a laugh. Well, I wasn't laughing over there when Baldwin wiped the floor with me.
Look, all right, look. I'll see to the tea. You have a rest. And then I want you back at these designs.
Don't bother, Curly, I'm not worth it.
Where are you going?
Out. Find some inspiration. Have a good cry while I'm at it.
No, don't go out. You'll just see Neil and go to the Rovers again.
How do you know?
I don't. But I do know that you'll wake up in the morning and you'll hate yourself.
Might as well. Everybody else does.
I don't.
I know. You care, you said.
Yeah, but there's something I've not said.
Come on, Curly, out the way.
No. Angie, look, I love you. There, I've said it. I mean it. I do.
No, Curly.
I mean it, Angie.
I don't need this, right? Not now, not ever.
No, Angie!
No, Curly.
Look, I'd appreciate it if you kindly forget anything I might have said last night.
You said quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, I was in a funny sort of, you know.
I didn't think it was a mood you ever got in. Not about me.
Yeah, well, sometimes.
I thought we were just... Sorry to be calling it, just good friends.
Well, last night when you were really down, I thought that maybe you needed something more than just a good friend. And I just responded to it, that's all.
Oh. You mean you exaggerated a bit?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Don't be daft.
Well, exactly. I mean, I'm not being daft now, am I? I was being daft last night. So, please, just forget it, eh?
Curly.
Yet another success story. Shortly thereafter, Angie left for Mexico and Curly had no alternative but to throw himself into his work. He became manager of Better Buys, but unfortunately, another woman was about to make his life a misery for an entirely different reason.
So, got you suited for cleaning? September the 24th, my big day?
And what about my big day?
Oh, Mr. Damn selfish.
I've helped you all the way. You've got everything you wanted. And where is my backup?
Mr. Watts? Elaine Fennick. I'm the new assistant manager.
So you are. There you are, Mr. Watts. You're back up.
Temporary assistant manager.
Yes, I'm hoping so too.
Mrs. Naylor.
Yes, Mr. Watts.
Problem?
Oh, no, she just wanted to know if she could go early. She'll make it up during the dinner hour.
Well, don't see why not. I'll go tell her.
Well, I've already told her.
I don't want to seem pedantic, but all matters concerning staff relations should be brought to the attention of the manager. I mean, it's quite clearly laid out that, you know.
It was hardly a major crisis.
Yeah, but even so, as my assistant...
Temporary assistant.
Yeah, but that might not always be the situation. I mean, there will be a vacancy here, you know, for a permanent assistant manager.
And you think I may be a suitable candidate?
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, if we work well together, I can't see any reason why my recommendation shouldn't be forthcoming.
Oh, thank you. I'll bear that in mind. I may well do the same for you.
Sorry?
If I take over here... I really do have to get on.
Miss Fennick. And where did you go to lunch?
The staff canteen.
I usually go out, me. My local pub. Does a fair meal.
I always eat in the staff canteen. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe one day we could both, you know, go out together for a bit of lunch.
In that case, the manager and the assistant manager would both be out of the store at the same time. Head office policy is quite clear on this.
That's true, that's very good, Miss Fenwick. Look, I can't keep calling you Miss Fenwick. It's Elaine, isn't it? And I'm Norman, officially, but I only answer to Curly.
Head office likes executives not to be too buddy-buddy in the work environment, Mr. Watts.
There is a life outside the working environment, you know. Even if head office isn't aware of it. Now, you're here in a strange town, presumably living in digs. Well, why don't we go for a quiet drink, you know, tonight?
I don't know what you're after, Mr. Watts, but it would be a waste of your money and my time.
Right. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Although Curly was now the manager of Better Buys, Reg Holdsworth was still his superior. And when Reg and Maureen were having a little bit of, well, domestic trouble in their run-up to marriage, who better to look after his boss's interests than Curly?
Do you know, Curly, it's true that poster over there, it's true that.
Hey?
What? Do you like poetry, Curly?
Oh, that's not mine. It was Angie's before she moved out.
Oh, Angie. Oh. Well, you like to keep her in. Because it really suits you, that. Just honestly. With my sample of wine. Oh, I'm sorry. That's really rude of me to do that. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about the wine. I get it on discount. Manager's card.
No, I'm going to the shop. I'm going to go and get another bottle of it.
Well, the shop will be shut now, won't it? Don't worry about replacing it. I mean, come on, if it made you feel better.
No, but we haven't got any left, Curly.
Well, I thought you were going down to the Rovers to tackle Reg.
No, Curly, listen. Do you know something? Let me tell you. You have made me feel pleasant and calm and really peaceful. Do you know that? Now, I'm not going to ruin that, am I now? Oh, Curly, you wouldn't know this, would you? Do you know why you wouldn't know it? Because you have a very appealing nature. You wouldn't know it, you see, you wouldn't know it. Because you're not an arrogant man. Oh, he used to be like you know, when he was young. He did. When I first met him, he was trim and young. That's an appealing nature. So, it's really like going back in time, this guy, really.
With everyone now against him, Curly was really glad to see an old flame of his return to the street, and he was determined not to get it wrong again. We wish him well and hope that this time he has found happiness. Who knows? I hope you've enjoyed this look at Curly's life and that you follow the trials and tribulations of Curly Watts in the future.
I told you to glam yourself up and make an entrance.
I couldn't face it.
Just makes it easier to say you've been poorly.
Excuse me, pal. Tell me that Hey, Raquel.
Oh, Jack.
give us a minute, love it. Oh, give us all. Oh.
Raquel?
Oh, God, it's locked. Not another night, and I've been 5-pound bag of frozen peas.
It's great to see you.
And you. I've thought so much about you. You're a true friend, Curly.
Come here.